Hello friends, this is Nima, and today I'm going to walk you through the process of creating this type of stickers in here. These stickers are created with stamps and ink. For some of them I'm using the ink the liquid ink. For some others, I'm using those stamping pads. Like in this case in here, I have this one that is created with Gina K stamping pads, and this one is using the ink, the liquid ink. They look very similar. I didn't have the exact colors, but I tried to create the similar colors, similar shades. The biggest difference in here is that when you use the liquid one, it flows much better, and then it's a lot easier to ink the sticker, to color the sticker in that way. When you use any type of stamping pads, you use a little bit of water, and it might not be exactly as easier as the other, and you cannot put too much water. Remember, this type of stickers are vinyl, so they're gonna absorb the ink, but the water stays like on top. So you use water a little bit to allow the ink to flow, but you cannot put too much water. This type of stickers are, you can say, weatherproof, because this is, let me just get a little bit of, get a clean pad in here, napkins, and no ink gets removed. And if there's any ink that gets removed, it's probably the one that is in the surface. For this type of stickers, I'm using VersaFine to stamp the image. And to color the image, you need to go really fast. But like I said, you can use ink, you can use the ink liquid, you can use the stamping pads, or you can use VersaFine as well. Once you get the sticker ready, then you can use your stickers. Like I put it in here in my on my laptop, or you can put it on any notebook, and I have one in here in this notebook, and they're really easy to peel. Put it back, and they can be used with any stamps. I have some stamps in here that Gina K, and I use a lot of the Gina K product because for this particular ones I have the machine die, but this ones in here I fussy cut because I didn't have any machine die. For the purpose of this demo, we're gonna make a butterfly similar to this one. So let me put all this thing away, and let's get crafty. To create these stickers, I'm using this paper, printable vinyl sticker paper. It's an old box, maybe 2 years old, and I got it at Amazon, and it brings the paper 8.5 by 11. And what I did is, just to make it more manageable, I cut those in fourth, and it's the A2 side. It's just a lot easier to stamp in there. For the stamping, I'm using from Gina K, the Vintage Summer, specifically the butterfly. We also need some brushes, small brushes. We need some ink, and I'm using this type of ink, Illusion, and this will use some of the yellow and pink colors. And you can use the stamping tool, but I'm gonna use my stamping block to stamp the image, and I'm using VersaFine. Right, so one thing that I wanted to tell you about using this type of paper is that the ink, it's gonna dry really, really quick, and it gets somehow, like I'm going soft. I don't want to press this, but I only have one chance to do it right. So you're gonna notice that I'm gonna press this in here hard. This ink dries really, really fast in this paper, any ink in here, so you have to work really fast. But it also gets stuck in there. So okay, not bad. A little lighter in here. Apparently I didn't put too much pressure in that little corner in here, but I'm gonna try one more time, just making sure that I have ink all over. And something else that when I stamp on directly on paper, and any paper, I like to have like a little bit of a cushion in there, maybe another piece of paper or something that is served as a, I have a cardstock in here that serves as a cushion. So let me just put the other one in here just to give a room for the die cut. I'm gonna press this one even, firm. Yeah, same thing. Well, either one is good. If you're using your stamping tool, then you can repeat the stamp. And this one, it's less color on there apparently. Let's see. Yeah, I can try another one. I try to use my paper, you know, kind of use every corner of my papers and save as much as paper as I can. I work with a limited budget and with what I have. So let's try one more time in here. Like I said, I'm gonna try to squeeze this one in here. And then they dry really, really fast. And for this type of ink, you know that this type of ink, it takes its time. Okay, yes, I like that one. I like the three of them. I'm actually gonna ended up doing all of them sooner or later. For now, let's work on only one, and I like to paint my piece first because it's a lot easier rather than cut it and then just deal with a little piece in here. I'm using this Dilution ink spray, and what I have in here is one of those kind cutting mat, and that's just for, I don't know, vegetables or fruits or whatever. I got them at the Dollar Tree, dollar store. Well, no longer $1, it's like $2 now. And I'm just gonna put a drop of my colors in here. Just a little bit in there. Or maybe I'll put a little more of the yellow. I don't want to spray anything. And I'm thinking of the colors that I'm gonna use in here. And might do it like yellow and orange. So I'm gonna add a little bit of this pink, which I'm gonna mix with the yellow. Let's put it in there. And I have another shade of pink that is more like a purpley pink, and a different shade of the yellow. You give it a different variation of the color. And I have in here 2 brushes, and as long as it's a small one or the right one for the size that you want. You don't want your brush to be too wet, but you also want your brush to be completely covered with ink. And like I said, this is gonna dry really, really quick. If you just put a little bit, it will dry in there, and then doesn't give you too much room to blend. So you need to be really quick. I'm gonna paint this one in here. And what I do is that I'm painting in here, and I'm adding a little bit right in there so I can mix them a little. This is the other yellow. And I have my napkins in here, and then just constantly moving my brush, drying my brush. So let's get the yellow, and I'm not putting too much in there. I'm just putting the color as I need it. And if I need more color, let's bring the color in. The good thing about this is that you can layer the colors on top. And if you need to change the color a little bit, that will help. That will do it. Notice that I didn't even clean the brush, and unless you have a lot of color in the brush, you're not gonna see the other color. It's really easy when you're working with the ink in this liquid stage. If you use the stamping foam or any type of ink and stamps in the cubes or the foam pads, those stamping pads, that's what I'm trying to say, then it's a little, then it's not that easy in there. And what I'm doing in here, and this is what I'm doing in here, I put the color, one color, let's bring a different color in here. And then I bring the other one, and I blend a little bit. And if you see, obviously those two, they're gonna be really hard to blend. But I just put the color right on top, softly on top, until I get them in there together, right? But once the color is absorbed in the paper, then the only thing that you can do is work on top with more color. like right now in here. Let me just rinse the brush because of the green in there. So I need to bring that little bit of pink in here because I want to match that side. And my yellow is dry. So what I'm doing is that I'm going to put it on top and I'm going to drag that very, very light on top. And this is immediately dry. So let me add a different color to this side in here. I don't have too many colors. Like I say, I work with what I have. But I'm gonna bring some pink and then just do the rest of the wing. This is kind of a purpley pink, the colors that I have in here. Rose. So this is the way it looks. I kind of like it. Yeah. Although don't like it too much for that because it doesn't go too well with the orange and the yellow. But I can actually mix it a little. Let's see how this one. Let's put some yellow on top. And once you put the yellow on top, then the yellow is gonna mix. It's gonna mix a little bit. It's like these colors are translucent, so it lets the purple see a little bit through the yellow, and it's kind of nice. I like that one. Want a little more pink. All right. Let's bring a little more. I added a little bit of that other pink that I have in there. I just want to keep it simple. I wanted you to see the process that I used to color this. Like I said, it's completely dry immediately. And if I want to add some other colors or some more colors on top, or maybe just kind of in here on the borders, you can add a lot of colors if you want. You can get really, really creative. In my other ones, I had a little more time. Okay. For the body, let's add a little bit of brown in here. I don't want it too dark, so I mix it a little bit with the, maybe a little more. It looks like the same orange. Okay. All right. Get some of this pink that I have in here and bring it down. Now I want to make another one. I want to color another one with the other stamps type with the other ink. Let's go with something similar. So like I said, I don't have a big collection of colors. So I have in here the sweet corn, this other peach Bellini that I like a lot, and that's the coral reef, a little intense for my life. And this is the honey mustard, and I like to test my colors. Like if I'm using in here, that's the honey mustard, the sweet corn, and I know this lamp is like, let's bring it to the back. Sorry for that, me moving that camera in there. That's the peach Bellini, and this is the coral reef. Let's bring this, zoom a little bit, and I'll be painting in here, coloring in here, with the help with a little bit of water. I'm just gonna put a drop of water in here on the side. I have my napkins in here in case I need to wipe the brush really quick. I wish I would have some other tones of yellow so I can make something more similar to what I'm working in here. I like the color being that light, but if you want to do a little more intensify the color, you can go over. Let's do the same in here. So you need more color, and you need to dip your brush on the color more often, otherwise it gets dry really quick. But you cannot put too much water. Like I said, you need to work fast if you want to blend a little. Or my techniques is that I go really kind of start the color and then drag the brush in there a little. But if not, if this one is too dark, then come back in this one and add more color. It's not a big deal. And anyway, the idea is that it's homemade, it's handmade, I should say. It's handmade, it doesn't need to be perfect. So let's add a little bit of that tone in there. If you want, you can mix the color in here, and maybe that will give you the ability to come in here and then just brush it in, and that makes the process a lot faster. More water in here. If you think you have too much water, you can always use your napkin. Let's add a little bit of this darker color somewhere in here, maybe on this one in here. Oh, I love it. Look how pretty that color is. Let's add some of the pink. I'm gonna do it all the opposite. Let's see what kind of color do we get. Oh, yeah, it's pretty. And I'm gonna add yellow on the others. This one that is very pretty is well, it's not yellow, it's the honey mustard, but it looks really pretty in there. I'm adding some of the red dots in here, and now that I'm doing this, I kind of realized that there's one missing in there. That's fine. I can go back and fix that. Ooh, like it. I like it. And I have well, let's get this baby in here. A little bit of blue so we can make that color that is more like brown, and that's gonna be the body. I think I had something on my stamp because I got that little dot in there. No problem, I can fix that really quick. I'm gonna add a little bit of the ink, and to do that I'm gonna use a toothpick. So I have this toothpick in here, and what I'm trying to do is to cover this little thing in here. Okay, a little better. Right. So I have these two butterflies that I colored using two different methods. The one on the top with the Gina K products, and this one on the bottom is using the ink. As I'm working with the ink, it's a lot easier to use the ink, the liquid one, but as you can see, you can do it with this one as well. So the next step for this will be to cut the butterflies. Just stay here, I'll be back in a second. Okay, I'm back in here. So this is the one for Gina K. Came out really, really cute. And this is the other one. Now it's really easy, really simple. Like I said, the only thing that you have to be careful is that when you stamp, do it fast and make sure that you apply pressure even so you get the same color. If you're using the stamping tool, you can always re-stamp again, and work fast with the colors, especially if you want to do some kind of blending effect. So I hope you like this process. I made a bunch of them. I made a lot of these ones, a lot of the butterflies, a lot of the birds, just because they're a lot easier to work with. But now you can just take any of this one, and it's a sticker. So you can just put it anywhere you want, and then just add a little bit of color to your pieces. I made some of Christmas in here before we leave. Let me show you some other pieces that I have in here. And this is for Christmas. This is a pretty one that I have. That's an old stamp. I only have old stamps anyway. Pink and Maine, that's the stamp. And then also I have these ornaments. This is also from Pink and Maine, from the same set, and the ornaments are a very, very old set from Spellbinders. These ornaments somewhere in here. Let's just back up a little bit in here so we can put all the Christmas ones in here. And then I did something a little different. All these, they have been stamped in black and then colored, and then on this ones then I used the stamp. I tried to use the color, the stamping colors. This is using VersaFine, VersaFine Clear, and I try with a sentiment also, and it worked very well. Again, like I said, the good thing about this is that then you can use your stamps and then add your create the stickers and add your stickers everywhere. I don't want to cover the word gold, but I want to put a butterfly in there. All right, so I hope you enjoy my tutorial, and if you have any question, feel free to ask, and I'll see you on the next one. Ciao.